This is the complete collection of 2019 LEGO Speed Champion sets. Just finished my video of the 2018. Well, 2019 we had 8 cars, 6 different sets. Sorry, I'm missing the box for the 911 Turbo as I pieced that together on my own. I'm going to start off by giving you an overview of the smaller sets, then working towards that bigger one. The 4 single car pack sets retailed for $15 US each. The Dodge double pack retailed for $30, and the largest set that year was actually a mini set. This one retailed for $50. The 4 single car pack sets consisted of the McLaren Senna. The side build was this fan for aerodynamic testing. The Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 race car, or NASCAR car. The side build was this fuel can. The Ferrari F40 Competizione. We had extra pieces for changing out some of the car parts. And the 1974 Porsche 911 3.0, where the side build was just these cones. Just to be clear, this is not the correct minifigure that came with the 911, as I'm missing it. I feel like the shaping of this car is well captured within this scale. You can see the key features that make up this 911 Turbo. The stickers, there's not too many. They're clear backed, which is controversial. A lot of people don't like the clear backed because you can see fuzz and dirt or whatever gets stuck underneath the sticker. But the advantage of this is that you can change the color of this car completely and still use those same stickers on a different colored car. As with the lime green variant the year before, it has these oversized wheels which extend past the width of the tire, and has the axle running all the way through to give it a nice, smooth rolling experience. Though we had a lot of Ferraris in the theme before, it's nice to have a standard street car. Well, standard as in pretty rare and expensive, but it's a Ferrari. Love the buildup of the taillights. Simplistic, but it works. We've even got this side printed plate here. This plate with the Ferrari emblem printed on the side of it, that's really cool and useful for mock building. These wheel inserts were specifically made for this car and would be reused for the F40 remake in the 8 stud wide scale. I like how the roof uses this rare minifigure stand in red. I would say the negative aspects would be all of the studded surfaces and the heavy reliance on stickers for the air dams. However, one of the biggest draws is the fact that you get these extra pieces to change up the look of the car. And it takes very little time to change up that look, because look, the hood, it's not even attached to any studs. If there's any car that's forgivable to have stickers for the taillights and headlights, well, it's this one, because they're not real in real life either. My favorite parts of this car are the wheel inserts that make the tires look wider and have the Chevrolet Camaro wording printed on the sidewalls, and also this 1x3 plate that's on both sides, as it's printed. The interiors of these cars are really not much to look at, but this is a really cool build for a roll cage. The McLaren Senna was something else. Its building techniques were beyond any of its predecessors. I mean, we've got built-up taillights and headlights. What the heck, no more stickers? The headlights are actually using this Nexonite axe piece. How cool is that? Also, good part usage of this upside down windscreen piece. Yeah, it's advanced building for sure. And the end result looks really good. And you gotta love the orange wheels. This is the Dodge 2-pack that included 3 minifigures and 2 cars, being the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon and the 1970 Dodge Charger RT. Came with a Christmas tree as a side build, as well as this piece for taking out this monstrosity and just making the hood smooth. The starting lights has this really cool action feature. Just start out with all of them facing downward, and then you push down on this Technic piece to light up each sequential lighting. This is the closest we would get to Dom's Charger back then. And if you didn't want the engine popping out of the hood, well, you just replace it with the provided pieces here. But nah, gotta have that supercharged engine exposed, because honestly, we don't get a lot of engine builds in the theme, so That's always good to have. These 1x1 tiles are printed. There's 4 of them on the car, and really probably could have gotten away without any stickers on the build. With this red striping, they probably could have engineered it in such a way that that could have been red tiles. I like how the taillights and headlights on this one are brick built. Also, the use of this unprinted wheel insert to make the back tires look wider was a good choice and is very useful for mock building. The Challenger SRT Demon also uses those wheel inserts for the back 2 tires, which gives it that nice wide look. I like the use of this spoiler piece for a hood scoop. It's a very nice subtle detail there. The taillights of the car uses printed tiles, and really gotta love the printing on the minifigure. That brings us to the last and largest set of that year, which contained 4 minifigures in 2 cars. The cars being the 1967 Mini Cooper S Rally and the 2018 Mini John Cooper Works Buggy. The buggy can be lifted up off the ground with the help of this stand for maintenance or repairs. There's also this little creeper build. Now, the colors that I used to build this aren't a perfect match. These structural supports should be gray. These should be light gray. I'm putting this together after many years. I had the set built, well, I just built the cars. I wasn't interested in building all of this until today. So I'm going back years later, trying to piece it together, find all of the missing pieces. There's a couple tool carts included, a fuel can, some monitors up above, showing some live footage of the racing of each of the minis, like the use of the roller coaster pieces up here for the structure. And then we get a little trophy stand down here. The side builds are nice, but they're side builds. What we're here for are the cars. This Mini Cooper is so small. Wow, look at my hand compared to it. It's the smallest car in the theme, but it does not disappoint. There's so much detail packed into this 5 stud wide build. Yeah, 5 stud wide. Just weird. A weird scale, but perfect. There's so many good things to say about this car. Let's start down below. Below the extra lights, which are cool, we've got 2 cleavers being used as mud guards. That's cool. Also, look how low the car sits to the ground. The plates are pretty much just touching my table. There's barely any clearance. There's printed windscreens, which is nice. Build up, is that a reverse taillight? That's cool. There's actually a suggestion of a back seat, which is hilarious, as tiny as this car is. The build for securing the extra tires on the roof is genius as well. This Mini is not the only car that uses rubber bands in its build. This one does too, the buggy, because it has a working suspension. Now this is really not my kind of thing, but I do have to give credit to the designer, as this looks quite like the real thing. This vehicle is actually an 8 stud wide build. I like how it's lifted up off the ground. They use brush guards, spoiler pieces as brush guards, both in the front and the back. We've got these mud flaps, which is nice to have. And this roof is printed. So those are your 2019 LEGO Speed Champions cars. Which car is your favorite, or which set? Let me know in the comments. Talk to you soon.